You're on 12% battery and a client's waiting on that final render. Wi-Fi sucks, the charger's in your car, and your laptop is acting like it just ran a marathon. That feeling is when you realize that power isn't just about specs. It's about who actually gets the job done when it matters. By the way, I'm Ethan. I've done millions of views with the content that I've made across various channels, and this video editing thing I do is all I do all day long. Okay, so check this out. Maybe you've had this happen. Imagine you're video editing on a flight, right? Everything's smooth until bam, your fan in your laptop sounds like a jet engine. It sounds like it belonged outside the plane. Your battery's just bleeding at this point. Suddenly you're balancing power saving mode and performance mode and shutting down background apps, just doing anything possible to keep that timeline alive because you have to finish this edit. And you're just thinking, why does my laptop feel like it's fighting me, you know? Well, I'll tell you why. Most PC laptops weren't built for this kind of pressure. Just straight up, they weren't. They need full power to perform, and that's something that I touched on my Mac versus PC desktop video, is that a PC always just performs better and at its maximum when it has access to ample power or is plugged in. But when you're unplugged, that power vanishes, and it is a lot harder to get work done at the same level that you'd be getting work done when you're plugged in or on a PC desktop. Meanwhile, I've edited full 4K timeline projects on my MacBook Pro M1 Pro chip. The fans never turn on, the battery is still strong as it was when I pulled it out of the box, and the export is done before even landing. You know, and I'm not being paid to say this. This video isn't sponsored by Apple. This is just purely my own experience. I love that freaking laptop. Honestly, it gets work done. It gets work done well and fast, and the battery is amazing for what it's capable of. And like I said, this isn't Mac fanboy hype. In fact, I even took the position of defending PC and saying PC was better against Mac desktop counterpart in my previous video. But when it comes to laptops, Mac laptops are just better. It's what happens when hardware and software are built together to stay fast, even when you're mobile. But now maybe you're thinking, well, Macs are just overpriced. Well, okay, sure, I hear you, but let's test that idea. That's the sound of you saving $400 on a PC laptop. Nice. Except you have to upgrade the RAM, you have to upgrade the SSD, get a cooling pad, deal with Adobe glitches that only happen on Windows, because let's be honest, a lot of you probably haven't switched over to Resolve yet for some reason. And still, you're babysitting it, plugging in, managing thermals, making tweaks here and there. Now, compare that to a $1,300 MacBook Pro. No extra gear. Battery lasts all day. Final Cut or Resolve just works. You don't realize how much time you lose until you stop losing it. Take this from me, please. That overpriced Mac, it buys back your sanity, your time, your focus, and your momentum. Still not convinced? Well, let's talk raw power, because this is where most people get tripped up. Your laptop's fast until you unplug it if you're going the PC route. Yeah, I've used those high-spec gaming laptops with the desktop end GPUs. They rip, but only when plugged into a wall. Unplug them and you get 60% performance cap, CPU throttling, and a battery life so short you're carrying the charger around like a life support system. Now, picture this. You're at a shoot and there's no outlets. You got 45 minutes between setups. The MacBook, you're trimming, grading, exporting, all on battery. No lag and no sweat. That is where the difference lies, not in theoretical performance. Usable performance. Not what a machine can do with the Macs, but what it lets you do when it actually matters. And the cherry on top is that this isn't just a short-term win. Let me show you how the Mac still pays off years later. You know the PC life cycle. 6 months in, the battery's down. Year 2, the fan noise is up. And year 3, you're avoiding updates because something always breaks. Then comes resale. $300 if you're lucky. Craigslist, ghosted DMs. MacBooks, on the other hand, they age like wine. You get 5+ years of OS updates. The battery's still solid, and the resale market is hot. You list it, you sell it, you level up. You're not just buying a tool, you're buying freedom from BS, the kind that pays you back when you move on. If you've ever been burned by a laptop when you needed it most, you already know it's not about how powerful your machine is. It's about whether or not that power is there when you actually need it. And MacBooks, well, they don't just show up, they stay up wherever you are. And that's my whole point that I was trying to make in my PC versus Mac desktop video, is that when it comes to making mobile devices such as laptops, phones, tablets, watches, whatever, Apple does a much better job. Apple makes devices for on the go. However, when you try taking their devices and you plug them into a wall to stay stationary on your desk in an office, it's a completely different scenario, just because by default, their devices are meant to stay efficient, meaning they're not going to pull as much power as they could be. And in the PC world of things, PC dominates there because PC can use as much power as it wants and still not jack up your electric bill as much as you think it's going to. However, you can't take that type of power with you on the go. That's where Apple fills that gap in the market and makes themselves the best product for that specific thing. But I want to know, what's your worst "my laptop betrayed me" moment? Drop it in the comments. I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.